Hello, everyone. How is everyone doing? Hi. So glad to see you here, my dog lovers. I must say that whenever I see so many of you actually taking the time and joining us, it makes me feel really emotional because I can see how many of you actually care about your dogs and about dogs of other people. And I'm so glad that you're here. Today is a very, very special day because together we can redefine the idea of health and mobility and longer life of our dogs and maybe ourselves because we always learn from our dogs. And before we start, I would like to introduce you to the team members who have been helping to prepare this, not only the product, but also this party. And I would like to start with Kelly Hanzalik. Hi, Kelly. And Kelly is our Chief
Hi,
Operating
Peter.
Officer. Hello, hello. And
Hello.
she has a history of working with New Chapter Organics before it was bought or taken over since the late 90s. So Kelly is an expert in top quality products and supplements, and we're very happy to have you, Kelly. And
Yeah.
the next person is Robin. And Robin is the community coordinator and director. Robin, what is your official title? I completely forgot.
Uh,
For me,
Community Relations Director.
exactly. And you're also a dog lover extraordinaire. And obviously, Kelly is too. Kelly lives with two golden retrievers. Robin, Robin, about to just share the story before we start. I don't know how to
I
get the
live
number
with
out.
I live with four dogs. I have three Ridgebacks and a little street dog from India.
And
Do you want to share now? Yeah. And I
yeah.
have Kiara, who is the dog on the label of JointButter.
And Robin also has nine puppies right now. So I hope it's okay that I disclosed it because
Yes.
we all have been kind of like a big family parenting these nine puppies, and we're so excited because they're gonna be raw fed and they're gonna, we're implementing all the things that we learned. And then there's Emma, and Emma has been the longest member with or team member of the company since 2008. Emma is from Sweden, and Emma lives with Emma.
I have my dog Louie. He's a 4-year-old lab cross. And yeah, I'm super excited to be here today and to share this moment with you guys. Really nice
And
to see everyone.
Emma is the senior customer care ambassador. And here is Tanya. Hi, Tanya. Tanya lives in Alberta. The rest of us actually, well, Emma lives in Vancouver. So does Robin, and Kelly lives in New Hampshire, right? Carolyn. And Tanya, you live in Alberta. You're Canadian as well.
I am. Yes, that's
And
correct. Yep.
I'm going to disclose that you're an amazing customer service ambassador as well. And you live with
I live with my 2-year-old American bully named Luna.
Luna. Yeah. So everyone, I'm so glad to see you here. And I know that most product launches start with a big poster of a product and all that, but we're gonna do it a little differently. Before we start, I wanted to let you know as well that we have surprises and prizes going all the way from the beginning of this all the way to the end. So don't miss any surprises and prizes. We'll be also giving away 10 joint butter bottles, and then there's going to be grand prize for someone. And we'll disclose that secret later. Robin has it all lined up. And I would like to give you a little story at the beginning, and I'd like to talk about music instead of talking about joint butter right from the start, because a few years ago, I went to a concert of Ennio Morricone, and I'm not sure whether you know him, but he composed the song for The Mission, and it's an amazing, amazing song. And I went to his concert with my niece, my late brother's daughter. And when we were in the concert, we were just amazed how incredible the music was. And we were basically crying through the whole concert because it's just so amazingly beautiful. And it just kind of penetrated your body. And when I was there, from time to time, I close my eyes and imagine certain scenes and movies from my life, either the ones that I experienced or the ones that I would like to experience in the future. And what I'd like to do now, I'd like us to imagine our dogs in a movie that we would like to create, whether it's, tomorrow or several years from now. And I will play the music from the concert, and I would like you to close your eyes and imagine the movie. And just to disclose that if there is anyone keen to share what the movie was about and what you saw, maybe we'll choose a couple of people. Raise your hand, and we'll be very happy to hear what you imagine. So why don't we just start with that? And I'm going to play music again, and I will try to do it really quickly. I'm not exactly the best producer here, but I will do my best. Okay, I think I have it. So we're gonna do only 2 minutes or so, so it's not gonna be too lengthy. And I will need to share screen in order for me to share the sound. It's kind of complicated. Or maybe what I'll do, I'm going to share this image. Okay. This is my dog Pax, as you know. And I will start playing the music. Oh, and that's not the right music. There you go. It's gonna be. Oops. The computer really doesn't behave. There you go. Can you hear it? So, is anyone keen to share? Raise your hand. I don't really know where. Randall, I can see. I can see you. I'll just unmute you. Let me just see. Okay.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, that was emotional. I'll probably cry when I say what I saw. But I have 3 Newfoundlands, and I think they're as healthy as they are because of you, Dr. Tobias. But anyway, I was at the ocean, and the dog whose Jobs, Jupiter, and Justin, Jobs is turning 10, And he was laying on the sand with his nose up in the air, just inhaling life.
Hmm.
And Jupiter and Justin were scampering around, playing in the water, chasing each other, digging, just being young boys. And it was just the best moment of my life.
Hmm. You'll make me cry. So there's gonna be two of us. That's beautiful. Thank you. Anyone else would like to share? Let me just see if I can see raised hands. Anyone? How about any of our
Yeah,
anyone?
we've got Gabriella.
Gabriella. Yes, Gabriella.
Yeah, so we have kind of always dreamed and quote unquote still like look forward to and kind of like try to picture it and make it happen. But to just go on like a US road trip, and we have like 3 huskies. So it's like a lot of energy, and we love to hike. We love going on adventures. We've already gone on a few trips, but not like a proper long road trip. So like I could see them and us like all together, just sorry, just from you know climbing a mountain together to swimming at the lake to like being around waterfalls. Like it's one of the most amazing feelings to be with them in nature, and it's always like they just look so happy when we're all together and they're experiencing these different places. So building like some kind of van or trailer and just hop on a long trip, and it's just magical. It's such a beautiful feeling to see them happy, to be happy, to be in nature, eating good things. And it's just, it was just so special.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. There is actually a couple who's done what you're dreaming, and that's Husky Squad. You may know them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So good luck with that. And so everyone, this is why we are here. We are here because we have these dreams for our dogs and life with them. And part of that process of making it possible is to make our dogs strong and healthier and more mobile and live longer. So mobility is actually one of the most common reasons why we lose our dogs when they get old. And unfortunately, that also applies to humans. Mobility and lower body strength actually is the most important measure of longevity, believe it or not. So we can learn from our dogs, but this is why we are here. And I'm sure that many of you had beautiful, beautiful movies. If you could even describe them and send them to us in an email, and you can just mark the note community@petertobias.com, be fantastic. I would love to learn them and read them. So JointButter has taken a long time to develop. And originally I was planning to say it has taken about 5 active years to develop. But then I realized that it actually happened much earlier when I was a teenager, because when I was a teenager, I used to ride horses, and one of my favorite horses her name was Alpha, Alfa. And it wasn't anything about dominance. It was just the best. And she had tendonitis. And if I didn't meet Alpha, I suspect that we would not even be sitting here, because I wouldn't have become a veterinarian. Because when I saw Alpha having her tendonitis and limping and not being able to walk, it made me really uncomfortable. It made me really upset. And I was also feeling very helpless because I didn't really know what to do. And that kind of made mobility and injuries and exercise one of my focal points in my practice. And I didn't launch JointButter for this long because I knew that it has to be really good, and I have to put all my knowledge and also science and research in it to be able to launch the best product out there. So Alpha, I'm very grateful to Alpha. When I moved to Canada in 91, then I went to visit her in 95, and then I lost track of her because she was living in a family. She was sold by the club that I was member of in the Eastern Bloc. Clubs were really inexpensive. It was about $1 every 6 months to ride horses. So for our parents, it was more like free babysitting. But anyway, going back to JointButter, as I said, mobility is the number one priority for dogs, but also people. And JointButter has been formulated with one thing in mind for dogs to experience joy of movement for many years to come and for as long as possible, and also to be inflammation and arthritis and pain-free. So the creation was really much longer than other products. It has been the most difficult, and I obsessed about it, and I went back to the formula and we changed it several times, and until I felt that it was just perfect. And believe it or not, I was also inspired by you, all of you, or some of you, because I know that you have a little love affair with golden paste. But then I went through the very difficult process of choosing the ingredients that I wanted to add as well, because golden paste is made only of 4 ingredients. And I just 3 or 4, I think it's 4. Robin, you're the golden paste person as well. Anyway,
Yeah.
we have, is it 4?
Yeah, 4 ingredients, including water.
There you go. There you go. But we have 15 ingredients, and JointButter, based on my research, has the most mobility related and enhancing ingredients on the market. It is also about not only about the ingredients, but also about their synergy and sourcing and how we made the product. And Kelly and I will tell you all about it. And we also did something that is not very traditional. I know that many of you give supplements and powders and capsules, and I thought, I just don't want to add another powder to your dog's meal. So we basically just put this product, this fermented natural product, in a blend of coconut oil and olive oil, and we made it the consistency of nut butter. So you'll be able to put it on your dog's natural raw food or cooked food, or even on kibble if you're feeding kibble. Even though we know that natural food is the best, I know that some of you may not be able to feed natural food and feed kibble, hopefully premium kibble. And you can just kind of put it on the food and it'll get stuck, or you can mix it in. And obviously, the products are packaged in glass, as all the products that we have. They're shipped without plastic. They're free of plastic lids. It'll be metal lid, and they're made in USA. And we also adhere to our principles of not sourcing from countries that make products that are not what they say they are, or ingredients, and also abuse animals. So we do not source from China. I really hope that JointButter will be a big important component of you achieving your goals and your dreams, and being able to go for trips and being able to see your dogs playing on the beach. And you can see that I'm starting to be emotional again, because I know what it is. Like I live with dogs. I also have lost dogs. So for me, there's nothing better than helping you to achieve these goals and pushing ourselves towards dogs living much, much longer and much, much more mobile. And what I want to say, actually, why don't we just do a draw for the first 3 JointButters, and then we'll go further.
Okay, I'm just going to share the screen and do a little draw for us. Okay, there we go. It's a lot of names in here, so let's see here. I'm just going to spin it.
Amazing. You guys,
I
isn't that
know.
fun?
See if I can read
I
it.
haven't
Because
seen
many
this, so
names
this is the
there, it's
first
hard to
time I've
see.
seen it.
Okay. Chris,
Ah, nice. Congratulations, Chris. Now, Chris, I hope that you'll be able to tell us who is going to get the joint butter. What's your dog's name? You can type it or you can speak on the microphone if you're somewhere there. I hope we can search for Chris, right? Robin, can you?
Yeah, I'm just searching right now.
No, there's a lot of participants.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Anyway, we probably won't be able to do that, but if you want to type it in, maybe we'll have time
Yeah.
at the end to read it.
Yeah,
Emma,
that would
why
be
don't you
perfect.
spin more? Because we have two more this
Okay.
time around, and then we'll go
Okay.
further.
We're doing two more right now?
Absolutely. Spin and
Okay.
spin.
Okay. Here we go.
You guys, Emma has been with me since 2008. We started our company after Emma actually has been with me before or was with
Mhm.
me in the clinic. I was doing surgeries in a different practice, and Emma was a receptionist there. And then she transferred to our clinic. And then when
Mhm.
I transitioned and sold my practice and went online, Emma came with me, and so we were kind of we started the company and we stumbled, and it was 6 years of struggle and on the verge of you know, losing the business because it was just really, really hard. But then we made it, and I'm
Yeah.
glad we're sitting
It's
here.
been a great journey. Well, definitely worth it, right? I'm gonna spin
It's fun,
for,
yes.
so we got two winners so far. I'm gonna spin once more. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay.
So did we have a second person?
Yes, we
Yes.
did.
And we didn't
And
announce that second person. So
because it's still awesome.
great. And the second person was
Oh my goodness. I
so
spun it before that. Did you get that, Robin? We have it.
I sure did. Yeah, Diane Thompson.
okay.
There we
Oh my goodness, that
go.
would be
Queen Diane.
embarrassing if we lost
Oh
the
no. We keep track of it all. I just like spent it so fast the second time. And we obviously going to be sending out an email. We have all your information. So we'll send you an email with all the information.
So,
Okay.
thank you, Emma. That was
Thanks.
fun, and congratulations to everyone. You're gonna be getting joint butter. It's gonna be shipped next week because we are launching officially the joint butter on the store on the 13th, and we'll tell you later why. But right now, I'd like to talk a little more about mobility. So, you know, when I graduated, I thought that mobility was about genetics and maybe some medication. And then I realized that it wasn't exactly true. And the first wake-up call was when I saw an injured dog, and I gave the regular NSAIDs, the anti-inflammatory injection that I used to give in the 90s because I didn't know any better. And the dog was back throwing up blood about 2 hours later. So we had an emergency from just an injured leg. And I realized that what I was doing was not right. And then I called the rep, and the rep reassured me that absolutely no way that this could be related to the injection until they had to disclose that it was related to the injection a few months later because there are many, many other dogs. So, um, you know, I learned that mobility actually can be achieved by several different means, but for me, drugs are not on the list at all. I personally would not give my dog NSAIDs, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, because I think that the side effects are just way too frequent and way too dangerous. Liver disease, kidney disease, lack of healing, inhibition of healing, and ultimately, deterioration. So, and eventually they stop working anyway. And if you have any dogs on these medications, I understand it. I don't want you to feel bad, but I hope that joint butter and what I'm going to share is going to be some sort of basis for you to think about it. And then if you're not signed up to our newsletter, I'll be sending more and more information, not about mobility only, but also other topics. So genetics definitely important. Nutrition, like if you have if you know of a person that is that has arthritis and or dog that has arthritis and is on kibble, there is a huge potential improving the condition if you feed them either cooked or raw homemade diet. And now Rodney Habib and Dr. Becker are coming up with their second book on nutrition. And if you have not pre-ordered it yet, I would highly recommend it because it's going to be the most comprehensive book on that. Now, essential supplements, that's what Sky taught me, that essential supplements, minerals, omegas, vitamins, and probiotics are super important because if we give the body what it needs, it's like the orchestra being complete. It's like the musicians being all together, right? If the nutrients are missing, it's like listening to concerto where the violinists took holidays or were stuck in traffic. So we need to have the essential supplements. Also detoxing, because toxicity is also very much dependent or connected actually to mobility. And then there's body work, spinal work, chiropractics, physical therapists, acupuncturists. All that is important. Exercise, obviously, super, super important to strengthen your dog's body, making sure that when they start slowing down, that you actually make them still move and don't slow down with them. The most common recommendation that I think is really actually completely wrong is to say, oh, your dog is slowing down, why don't you just do less exercise? That's what happens with the grandma when they slow down, or when grandma stops gardening and walking, they just deteriorate really fast. So my goal after I turn 60 is actually to really increase my strengthening. You guys, if you are more than 40, make sure that you keep your strength. And the same thing applies to our dogs. Now, boosting the metabolism, I wrote a lot about M&M and some other metabolic boosters. You can read the articles on my website. I also write a lot about hormonal health. And if I got into that, we'd be here tomorrow. So you can also read it on our website, and I'll be probably organizing some broadcasts on that topic as well. And obviously, the last one is the mobility focus specific supplement, because there are certain nutrients and ingredients that are important in enhancing mobility, reducing inflammation, reducing pain, and also building joints. When puppies or puppies, when puppies are young, they need the right building blocks to develop properly, not just bones and cartilage, but also some other building blocks. And without all these 7 elements, I don't think that we can achieve good, proper evolution of our dogs or development of our dogs, and then mobility when they get older. So going back to our draw, because we have JointButter number 4, 5, and 6 to be drawn. Emma, it's your turn, and then Kelly is going to tell us about the ingredients and the background of the formula. Actually, I'll tell you about the ingredients, I think, or Kelly. I think Kelly. What did we plan, Kelly? I think that it was supposed to be you. So why don't we just draw first?
Hey, here. Hey. Oh, sorry, guys. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh, there you go.
Kiana, congratulations. And please share with us your dog's name.
Are we doing one more? Or are we
do
going to wait a
2
little bit?
more.
Oh, we're going to do 2 more. Okay. Sounds good. Here we go.
Mariah, congratulations. Amazing, amazing. Emma, you're the best spinner.
Spinner.
I wanted to say spinster, but that would be
Thank you,
I
thank
would
you.
blame it. I would blame it on my ESL and disability. I realized that that's a different thing. So
Oh, okay. Congrats, Diane Snyder. Here we go. Okay.
Diane. Congratulations, Diane. Congratulations, you guys. You're fantastic. Thank you so much. So, Kelly, now it's your turn.
Sure. Well, thank you, everyone. I hope you can hear me okay. I'm truly honored to be here with all of you. I joined Dr. Tobias in October, and at that time, the formula was just we were sourcing ingredients, and he, as he mentioned, been working on it for several years, but we were scouring the world to find the best quality ingredients. We don't source anything that comes from China. And the formula I have to share with you, the fermenter that we work with is a partner that Dr. Tobias has worked with for years. And previously, I also had worked with him with another master herbalist. And he is really incredible at formulating and fermenting products. And he made a comment. He said, this product that Dr. Tobias has formulated is amazing. I want him to make it for humans because I have seen thousands of products over the years. And he said, I am so excited about this one. I can't wait to hear how it works. So I'm excited to share with you. I'm going to share screen to show you. You probably have already been to our product launch page, and I'll walk you through a couple of our ingredients. We have 15 of them, and we ferment those together first. And the reason we do that is because fermentation makes everything more bioavailable. So the body recognizes it more like food, so you absorb it. And the essential result of that is that something can work up to 2 to 10 to 65 times more effective. The research has shown because of the fermentation. There are also incredible other compounds created through fermentation that they call postbiotics. I'm not sure if you've heard of that, but the herbs going in are like prebiotics. You ferment them with the probiotics, and then they create these postbiotics, which are ferment metabolites, and like SOD, glutathione, all kinds of things are created through fermentation that help the body to recognize. So then after fermentation, we combine these ingredients with organic coconut oil, which is rich in omega fatty acids, and dogs also love the taste, and also a first cold pressed organic olive oil as well. So those two items are not fermented, but all the others are. And the items, every single
Actually,
one
I'm going to just step in
research.
here.
Of
There's
course.
one thing that glucosamine and chondroitin are not fermented either,
Oh,
just so you guys
thank you.
know, because you'll probably discover that. And the reason is that they just can't be fermented. Those two ingredients
Right.
just could not be fermented. But Kelly,
And
thank you so much.
actually also the MSM.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Thank
That's
you.
right. Thank you.
So, yes, thank you for noting that.
Oh, you're doing a fantastic job. I just knew that. So
No, I'm glad you added that because I misspoke and said they were all fermented before we added them. So Peter's correct. So Perna mussel, that one comes from New Zealand. It's derived from the green lipid mussel, but it's really rich in what's called these bioactive GAGs, which are glycoamino glycans. And they have, it's a kind of rich in natural glucosamine and chondroitin anyway, but that helps to contribute to the viscosity of the synovial fluid and help joint lubrication. And it's all sustainably harvested. Things like organic turmeric, which I'm sure all of you have heard about, and it's the key ingredient in the paste that Robin loves. But we combine that also with black pepper that helps it there's a synergy between turmeric and black pepper, which really creates the body to recognize both, and they become even more, it's like the full potential of turmeric is enhanced and become even more bioavailable, even beyond just fermenting them. Ginger, which it's such a common spice and it helps with digestion, and the fermentation elevates its properties. But that really helps. It's a huge anti-inflammatory and helps with pain. Ginger's used even with humans for pain management, but it has over hundreds of compounds that are very important for anti-inflammatory and antioxidant. And then I'll just maybe touch on stinging nettle. Also used widely as something, it has antihistamine properties. So people also use it in formulas that help with allergies. But in this particular formula, it really possesses a lot of those anti-inflammatory and helps to kind of reduce that and offer relief from the joint pain and inflammation that's happening. And it has its own digestive benefits. So I really invite you to jump on and explore this page. If you click on read more, there is a host of science and references on every product. Each of these ingredients, and that's part of what took it so long, is Dr. Tobias has researched all of the ingredients, and there's a lot of science and clinical studies of the benefits in animals and in humans, but particularly in animal studies that support why it's in here. So you've got this symphony, as he mentioned, as you will, and this is really the most complete formula on the market. So all of the ingredients here, the quercetin, please click read more, and you can see all the references and all the science. So it's really where nature meets science, and the formula together is delivering that without using any type of pharmaceuticals in it. So I think, are
Thank
we
you, Kelly,
drawing
so
again? Or are
much.
we? Oh, I know. I have the big reveal.
But
So this,
before we go there,
yes,
if it's okay,
of course.
you know, you can see how great Kelly is. Like we have a lot of fun actually with all the team members here and more. And I never imagined that we can get to a point in a company where the team will be like a family, where we just have a lot of fun and we are not really afraid to have fun and enjoy ourselves. And it's really great. And I think that the more of that contributes to us being able to create products that I hope are the best, even though I'm having a difficult time to brag, but I definitely am a perfectionist. Also because I come from the Czech Republic, and Czech Republic is actually one of the Slavic countries, but they call us Slavic Germans. So, any detail is not enough. It has to be just perfect, and that's why it took so long. But also the compliment that we got from our formulator and also the really like the guru formulator, and the comment that we got about JointButter is I really value that. It's almost like if if I started singing and Adele mentioned me online, right? That would be something like that. So I really am very grateful for that. And now we have a big relief. And I'll tell you something. We have the product in the warehouse actually ready to be shipped, or it's going to be ready to ship next week. But we realized that we did not have labeled bottles because, the labeling and packaging was done fairly recently, and we had obviously bottles without the labels. So we obviously, you can guess, actually, we asked one company to ship it to us overnight and didn't arrive on time until the last minute. I'm not going to say which company it was, but you guys in the discussion could guess. Anyway, Kelly, I know that you have the real deal now, and I'd like to pass the talking stick to you again. And
Perfect. Well, I'm very excited to share. As Peter mentioned, it's en route to the warehouse, so we can ship it all to you next week. Orders will start going live on Monday, which Peter will tell you a little more about that date. We've been rushing to have that. It's a special date. But I'm going to move my camera down so you can, oh, I guess that's as far as it goes. So I'm going to hold it up. So here is JointButter, introducing JointButter. And I'm going to share with you a little bit about the textures. Peter mentioned it's like a nut butter. So if any of you use natural almond butters or peanut butters, natural has a little bit of separation sometimes. So you always want to mix it well, but I'm going to show you, I've got 3 jars here. And depending on what climate you're in, I happen to be in the Northeast in the United States, so it's a little cooler here. And depending on where I keep it in the house, it can be any type of texture. So I just opened this up and it's kind of like really thick. I can
It's like
smell
my
all
nut
this.
butter. I can
Like a nut butter, yeah,
I can
really
go to the
great.
fridge and to show you
I can
too.
taste it's
It's,
good.
you know, I
I mean,
love
it's
the
all human
smell.
grade
Oh
ingredients,
my
yeah.
goodness.
Mm,
Kelly, leave it to your dogs. Don't,
I know.
we have to keep an eye on you.
I know, I'm going to share it with them. But it can be a little firmer and a little softer depending on the temperature of your home, etc. But it's a really cool butter and it mixes really, really well. So I wanted to share that with everyone. And we certainly, Robin and Peter, are going to answer questions about how to administer it and whatnot. But it's super fun and it tastes really good. I can taste the boswellia, which I didn't mention was in there a little bit, which also is known as frankincense. I got a little taste of that, but the coconut oil and the olive oil, it's really delicious actually.
Um,
And yeah.
I just wanted to say something like, you know, some dogs, some picky dogs may not like it, right? Because it has quite strong herbal smell. To me, it smells like freshly cut herbal meadow. And I, you know, when I was growing up, my grandfather was a herbalist and I would go for holidays, the summer holidays to the small town in Moravia, and the bedroom was full of dried herbs, and that reminds me of that bedroom because you know I would wake up and there would be sun, and the herbs were kind of like spread on these flats and they were drying. So it was just amazing, and you know whenever I smell this, it actually reminds me of the my childhood, long time ago. Anyway, I think that we have to draw again. Is that right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think
Draw
we'll do
7
one
to
name
9.
and then we'll do some
Spinster.
questions.
Actually, before then, we have to actually say why we're launching on May 13, and that's gonna be Robin's talking stick.
So as I mentioned earlier, Kiara is the one on the bottle who is Pax's girlfriend. And so her birthday
Official.
is on the 13th.
So she's born on May 13, and you guys, you need to know this. So when we're deciding which dog is going to be on the label, I have Sky on the label, so I thought, you know, this should be Pax's product, you know. And then Robin, damn it, she had much better photo than I did. And so actually, you know what, Robin is a really amazing photographer. So I kind of, you know, gave her the news that I would really love Kiara be on the label. And that's why it's launched on May 13th, because if there was Pax on the label, it would be May 15th. They're just 2 days apart. So they're the same sign. So congratulations, Robin, on having your dog on JointButter forever. And I'm really happy that I was able to do that. And you know, it's sometimes nice. It would be really easy to put my dog on the label, but giving that post to Kiara makes me really happy because I know that it made you happy as well. So who wouldn't want to have a dog on the label, right?
Right?
It's
And
such a
seeing her
good
every
product.
morning while I grab for it, it's
Yeah.
perfect.
Okay. Our spinner, our head
Yeah,
spinner.
ready for one more draw? Yes, let's do it. Okay, here we go. Hey, boom. Congratulations. And then we have three more. Should we maybe like save that for the end? Let's have a little
Well,
bit
no,
more.
we'll do two more, and we have one more
Okay.
left. And we
Okay.
have a surprise as well.
Okay. There we go.
Congratulations, Katie. And Emma, if you can mention the name, so if
Yes.
I look left or right and don't miss it,
100%.
then that'd be
Mhm, mhm.
fantastic.
Yeah. Seth
Steph,
Bronzman, congratulations. And we'll do one more.
congratulations, Steph.
And Katie says that her 14-year-old dog will be using it, which is great.
Oh, sweet.
Amazing, amazing. Oh, isn't this
Shelly
fun?
Gosling.
Shelly,
Congratulations.
congratulations, Shelly. Congratulations, doggies, as well. We'll be sending you a jar of joint butter. If you wanted to add more to your order, you can definitely do that. And we would give you the quantity discount. The quantity discount will always be there, as with the other products. If you buy multiple products, you will get up to, I think, 15% off. And Emma, thank you. So what is next? Let's talk about
We go into questions,
yeah, questions.
some
Let's go
questions
for
that we've had.
questions. I
So, oh,
There's
go.
one question that I noticed, Robin. Is it okay? Because
Mhm,
I just don't want to lose it on
mhm.
in the discussion here. Someone asked whether the
Yeah.
human product ingredients will be the same. And the ingredients will be the same. The formula may be slightly different, but if you're asking whether you can take the dog product, the answer is absolutely safely, officially no, but yes. Meaning that we can really advertise the product for humans, but in the past, many of you or some of you, myself included, were taking the dog products like Green Min or Omega and even the soul food vitamins. The only thing that I never taken was the dog probiotics gut sense because obviously it's a different microbiome. So, um, go ahead, Robin.
Okay, so one quick question on storage. We had a few questions pop up about how to store your joint butter.
Yeah, so it can be stored either in the cupboard or in the fridge, but if you store it in the fridge, it's gonna be hard. So you'll have to figure out, depending on the season, depending on where you live, the climate, and so on, you have to figure out what consistency you like. So it's like in the car you have a thermostat. Joint butter can be put anywhere, and you can have it any consistency. You can have it from liquid, almost liquid, to really hard. So whatever you want. And you know how it is with ice cream. You guys, I'm sure that nobody likes ice cream. When it's too hard, it's hard to scoop, right? So makes me feel like ice cream. Don't laugh
When
at
should
me,
I start giving
Robin.
my No, I'm thinking about ice cream. I'm like, I could go for any time. It's not 10 o'clock. I'll go for ice cream.
Um, I'm thinking, you guys, that Robin and I should do podcasts together because we have so much fun sometimes recording, and I think that it would be so much fun because she's like the ultimate dog lover. Well, all of us are dog lovers, but Robin is like, yeah, she's not gonna leave her house without her dogs, basically, and everything is around the dogs. I thought I was good until I met Robin.
Oh, we all love them. They're very special.
Yeah, we all love them. We all are good dog lovers. I know that.
Yeah. When should I start giving my dog joint butter?
Uh, you
Is
know,
there such a thing as too early, too late?
it's such a good question because if you think of the ingredients and once you start looking at the research, how important they are for development of cartilage or for overall mobility and reducing inflammation, or even reducing growing pains or strengthening the tendons and so on. I really think that joint butter can be given to puppies as they're growing and in adult dogs as well, and obviously senior dogs. And I suspect that um, we will be sending joint butter to dogs that are senior. But I personally have been giving it to packs already and will be giving it to packs. And there is no real reason why we should not be giving it early on. And I'm just going to say maybe 3, 4 months, once puppies start eating solid food, you can add a little bit of joint butter in that because it's helpful. It also, turmeric, as you know, prevents not only inflammation, but it also is a great anti-cancer ingredient. And the research has shown that it actually prevents some forms of cancer. And we know that there are so many problems around mobility and cartilage development and ligament development. We want our dogs to be strong. And the other thing I want to tell you, and that's not necessarily related to supplements, start walking and playing with your dogs without any intensity. Like, don't bike with them when they're young, or don't jog with them until they're fully grown. But otherwise, take them on walks, take them on hikes, make sure that their bones and joints and tendons are strong and developed, because so many people say, well, you shouldn't be exercising with your dog until it's 6 months or 12 months, which is nonsense. Dogs in nature would normally start moving very early on, and they would become strong by that. So remember, if you have puppies, start taking them everywhere and make sure that they play. And if you're worried about immunity, there is an article on it. When my friends call me and say, hey, Peter, how do you deal with that? I said, there's an article on it. Look for it. So if you have any problems, most likely there's going to be an article on it on my website. And if there is not, just make a request and I'll make it happen.
Is this product safe for dogs with heart, kidney, or liver issues, including copper storage disease?
Yeah. When it comes to, I don't really know whether there's any ingredient that would be contraindicated to copper storage disease. So I will have to check, and we will actually post it in the FAQs, because I do not know. Believe or not, I do not know. Otherwise, it is safe for kidney and liver disease. And what was the third one?
Heart.
Heart. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. Perfect. Perfect. And so kind of to reiterate what you had said earlier, but it can be used as a preventative. There's a lot of people needing it as preventative in younger dogs. So just wanted to touch on that and clarify it.
Yeah, I think that any dog and any human actually should really pay attention to nutrition and nutrients that prevents diseases. And some countries now are moving from putting the fires out to preventing problems and disease. It's obviously much easier, it's less costly, and most of all, it doesn't break our heart if we prevent disease. And ultimately, I have seen so many people regretting what they haven't done. And sometimes they come to me and say, I wish I knew this or that. And we need to learn. I think that learning is not only good for our dogs and our own health, but also for being happy, because there are two forms of happiness or sources of happiness. One of them is learning, and the second one is joy. And if you think of any other, let me know. But learning is definitely fantastic because it empowers you, and it also makes you feel like you can support not only your dog, but you can share knowledge with others and be a smart ass if you want to. But beware, because there's this missionary zeal that many dog lovers are affected by, right? When we learn something, then we go, oh my goodness, I have to tell everyone. So there's to be certain approach to telling everyone or anyone around mobility or even about joint butter, because people just don't like to be told what to do. But if you give them a compliment about their dogs, or say something like, you must love your dog and I've just learned something, people actually accept it much more. I've learned that when I say I've learned this, I want to share it with you, it's actually much easier to pass that information on than when I go to Robin and say, Robin, you should be doing this and that, and you should be giving this supplement, and you should be giving this food and all that stuff. What are you gonna do, Robin? You're gonna just like,
That face. Yeah, no, I don't know.
So that's called the missionary zeal, you guys, and it's not fun. Like I have some people lecturing me on things, and I love to learn, but once they say you must, there's this kind of like reaction to us, right? Like we turn into the 5-year-olds or 6-year-olds, and we say no.
It's true.
It is true. Pax was like that. And the first day we brought him home, like, I took him for a little walk and he wanted to go right and I wanted to go left. It's still like that. And you know what works, but don't do that to strangers. I usually pet him 2 or 3 times and then he goes my direction. It's weird. Anyway, Robin, what else do you have?
So this might be a question for Kelly, or you. How long does a bottle of JointButter last? We saw it's a little bit bigger, but how long does it last?
Kelly.
Well, I mean, it depends on the size of your dog, obviously, but it's probably going to last. It's a large jar. It's about double the size of if any of you have Green Min or Soul Food jars, but it should last for a medium sized dog at least 45 days. So if you have a small dog, it should last much longer. And if you have a large dog, it may be more like 30 days.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you.
And I did see questions too about the stability of it and the time frame. Do you want me to answer that as
You
well?
can as well. Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely. And if there's
great.
anything to add, I can
Yeah, I
pick
saw
up.
some popping up. So
Yeah.
the ferment itself is very stable and lasts anywhere from 3 to 5 years. Coconut oil, as many of you may know, is also extremely stable, and usually the shelf life on that is 3 years as well. Olive oil is very stable as an oil, but is not
As stable.
typically going to be as stable as coconut or ferment. So because of that, we would say about 2 years, but it again doesn't need to be refrigerated. And the product itself, could be a little longer, but we wouldn't recommend beyond that just because of the olive oil. So about 2 years.
Yeah, and we probably will have to actually talk to a food scientist to see, and this is something that we haven't gotten a chance to do, to see if the olive oil that has shelf life of 2 years will be actually lasting longer when it's mixed with the coconut oil, because I suspect that's going to be the case. But we will keep you posted when we find out. But we usually make products much more frequently than once every 2 years, especially from the human
Right.
from the canine line. So there should not be any problem at all. And
And Peter brings up a great point to add. Some of these herbs are very natural preservatives. Not saying that in a way, but herbs are amazing, and the fermented herbs are even more stable. So they also add to kind of preserve things longer. So once we can test it, you make a really good point between the coconut oil and some of the herbs naturally have preservative qualities to them.
yeah, and there is also some of the herbs, and if you go through the ingredients and just kind of do more research, because there is a lot of information, you will see that some of the herbs have antibacterial properties as well and antiviral
Exactly.
properties. So it's
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's super important, yeah, to know and remember. Yeah.
If somebody is on a current supplement that has glucosamine and chondroitin already in it, can they use JointButter on top of it? Should they replace it? What would you
Oh my
advise?
goodness. I'm not going to tell you replace it for JointButter, because I know there will be some people saying, oh, you're just selling JointButter. You know what? Look at the label and see how different it is and make your decision. I can't really, I don't really like to compare other products with our products directly. And, if if there was, let's say, a single glucosamine and chondroitin or MSM supplement, which is most of them, right? Um, I formulated this one because I felt that doing the same old is actually not what I wanted to do, and I wanted to make it better. I wanted to make it the next generation mobility product. And I never knew until I started formulating mobility product why all the products are the same and have the same ingredients, 3 or 4 ingredients. And I came to a conclusion that it's probably similar to when you come to a tourist town and you go walk through the street and everyone sells the same thing because they saw that the other store was selling it too. But we kind of dug in deeper, and I really spent months and months just kind of researching and comparing and adding ingredients and removing them and testing and all that. So I wanted to make sure that JointButter will be scientifically based because I know many of you care about that, and I care about that too. And the comparison, I'll leave it up to you. And ultimately, the results will be important as well. But I also want to caution you that if you expect the JointButter will solve everything without really addressing the other elements of mobility, that is not true and it's unreasonable. Someone actually asked me whether JointButter will be 100% effective. I go, yeah, 100% effective is only the fact that I'm going to die one day, and maybe with AI, maybe even that is not going to happen, you guys. So you never know. I'm just kidding. I don't believe in immortality. Imagine like 500 years. Oh my goodness, that would be crazy. Anyway, Robin, do you have any other questions?
I sure do.
Can you see, guys, that
Um,
she's constantly laughing at me or with me? I don't know.
usually with.
And sometimes at. It'll be payback time soon.
These side effects, we briefly touched about NSAIDs and anti-inflammatories. Why should we consider trying JointButter over NSAIDs?
Yeah, I've been using different forms of these herbs in practice for many, many years. And for example, turmeric, in literature, they say it acts on the same receptors, hence it will be causing the same symptoms. I've never seen it. And I think that when you actually use an ingredient that is whole food and that is really sourced from nature, it just works completely differently. Plus, they're fermented. The reason why I don't use NSAIDs is that I just saw what they do, and I just don't want to use them. And I know that they actually block not only the inflammation temporarily, they also block the healing reaction and the regeneration of tissues, which is definitely not what I want to do. And whether it's the old grandma or the old dog, I see these medications not working eventually and causing the liver disease and kidney disease and other problems. And they basically stop working. So yeah, I would never use NSAIDs. I would not give it to my dog. And I think that when you combine this product with omega-3s, and omega-3s on their own are super anti-inflammatory, you will see how much difference they make. And if you have a dog that goes for a really big hike, or you go for a really big hike together, um, giving a double dose of omegas plus JointButter will make a huge difference. Huge difference.
Yes, definitely. We have some people wondering if we can continue doing Fab4 along with JointButter because of the turmeric doubling up in soul food.
Yeah. The soul food turmeric is not very high level. So basically, there is a very wide safety range of turmeric, and you'll be fine giving soul food and the Fabulous Four. Um, Someone from our customers, dog lovers, named it Fabulous Four, and it caught on. But see it as nutrients. Because of soil depletion, we now know that supplements are super important. At least most people believe that, and there's more and more research and science on that. I've seen the changes. Initially, it was quite shocking for me to come up with Green Mint and start giving it to dogs and seeing the transformation and changes. When it comes to humans, my sister, when she runs out of Green Mint or the Fabulous Four, she has a panic because her nails start kind of showing these white stripes on them. And and really honestly, you'd have to, if you don't give Fabulous 4, try it and start giving the supplements one by one. So you see the differences and changes. I would say that the minerals, because of soil depletion will give you the most profound effect. Omegas as well, probiotics, Gut Sense is one of our most popular products. And when it comes to turmeric in soul food, as I said, I put it in there because I knew that cancer prevention, reducing inflammation is one of our goals. And I wanted it to be in that core supplement, but it can be given with joint butter. I knew that many dogs will use joint butter, and it had to be formulated in Fabulous 4 in mind.
Perfect. Thank you. Picky dogs, do you have any tips for what you can add it in?
It's so funny. Like I sometimes observe what comes to mind when you ask a question, and it's like that's the best answer. And there are many different answers. You can mix it in something that your dog really like, or you can put some, I don't know, little piece of blended smoked salmon and make a little pate and have it in the fridge and just kind of scoop up that or mix it in the food. One thought was coconut yogurt would be also really a good way of giving it. You just have to play a little bit. And I know that there are picky dogs, but there's one thing that I wanted to emphasize that I'm not sure whether you've heard of Monkey Love and whether you read my blog on Monkey Love, but when I'll give you a story. When my sister and I were really young, like maybe 6 or 7, my sister was very picky. And my grandma, because she had anxiety about my sister not eating, she would give her candy instead of food, right? And my father discovered that, and he scolded my grandma that she was practicing monkey love because she was giving my sister something that she shouldn't be having, thinking that she's giving her love, right? So that's the same thing with food and dogs. I see so many people having food issues around their dogs. It's kind of crazy. And we now know that dogs are actually better off when they fast and eat only once a day or even fast once a week. And people are having such hard time to actually give only one meal a day. No, my dog is little and he would be so anxious. Really, it's about how we program them. But to say that, I too am guilty of not being able to fast my dog every week once a day. I mean, one day a week, because I give him intermittent fasting once a day. I feed him once a day only, but push me to skip a meal, and I think I won't be able to do it. So I understand you guys. Like it's not like I'm any different, but yeah, it's tricky. But with picky dogs, make sure that you don't practice monkey love. Make sure that your dog is a little hungry when you're giving joint butter with food, and I would definitely mix it with food because that's the best way to go. And some dogs will love it and some dogs will not. So that's just the nature of things. We could put flavors and all that stuff, but I didn't want that because it would be artificial and not really what we want to do.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Natural.
You agree with me,
One
Rebel?
last, yeah, I do
Once?
agree with you.
No, just kidding. I know that we're friends.
One last question to kind of wrap things up, but is it safe or recommended for dogs who have disc disease as well as CCL injuries?
Absolutely, absolutely. There are some ingredients that are actually scientifically proven to improve disc disease and back issues and back pain. So absolutely. Or post-surgically,
Amazing.
post-injury, all that. Think of mobility of any kind, whether it's muscle, ligament, joint, arthritis, back pain, hip pain, development of joints. Performance dogs should be getting that. At least if I had an agility dog that would be high performance, like you really want to protect those joints and give the nutrients that actually protect them. So, yeah. And now we have one more
Definitely.
surprise, one more draw, and then a surprise, you guys. So hang in there. Emma,
We're doing
our
one more spin?
spinner.
Yes, 100%. Hold on. I'm ready to go. Okay. 3, 2, 1. And the final winner is Trisha. Congratulations, Trisha.
Risha, congratulations, the last
Yeah.
and 10th winner. Before we go on to the next last little topic, it's not going to take very long. Someone was asking whether Fabulous 4 and Joint Butter, called it body butter. That's interesting. Don't rub it on your dog. That would stain the coat. Um, if it's good for heart murmur, and any dog with heart condition may be suffering from certain depletion. We know that omega oils are cardiac protective. We know that some of the ingredients in green mint, the minerals and amino acids, are super important as well. It is safe for dogs with heart murmurs, and there's a blog on it. So just search cardiac conditions, and it will be there. And I will be, guys, in the next few weeks and months, I will be talking more about hormones and hormone replacement therapy and how it can affect mobility and why. And there are a few blogs already on the website. So if you want to go start reading them, and I'll be publishing more. And now, Robin, we have one last surprise.
Yes. So to start off, I just want to say thank you guys all for attending. And no matter how good the product is and how much we love it, we can't help other dogs without you. So we need you guys to help us spread the word and make a difference. So share your dogs enjoying Joint Butter when you get it in the mail. Tag us on social media using Dr. Peter Tobias. You can use the hashtags JointButter, Joy to Move. We would love to share and interact and see your guys really enjoying this product. You can also join our affiliate program and earn a commission by sharing. And a note that a part of all proceeds of all sales do go to causes, whether it be animal, children's, or environment. We have given 150, I think just over 150,000 to those so far, which is pretty incredible.
Thank you. Thank you. So I hope that you guys will help us to spread the word, because, no matter how much effort we put in Joint Butter, no matter how good, hopefully it is, we really appreciate any sharing, because today it's not enough to make something that is good. It really depends on you and the community to spread the word. And, it makes us really happy that we can pitch in and help your dogs to be happy and mobile for hopefully many years to come. And when someone asks me whether I want to retire, right now it would feel like I would abandon you, and I would also miss you so much that I just want to continue making a difference, and hopefully we have. And I appreciate all of you so much, and also my team, who are amazing people, and you got a chance to meet some of them today. And if you have any questions, if you have anything that you need to ask, you know where to find us at petertobias.com. And if you're not subscribed to our newsletter, I would really appreciate if you joined us, because that's how we can make more difference and inform you about upcoming news and science and all that. So thank you so much for being here. It's been so much fun.